woman had just married into a rural family when a duck immediately defecated on her shoe. Disgusted, she forcefully pushed open the southern family's front gate, only to find that the chain holding it was already broken. Looking around at the messy surroundings, she was shocked. She had never imagined that the southern family would be living in such poverty. When the couple finally met, the young man nervously handed her the flower he had prepared. She took it out of the package and was stunned to discover it was made entirely of pure gold. It turned out the reason she ended up marrying into the countryside was because her mother had presented 2 marriage contracts, one for her and one for her younger sister, and told them to choose. Her mother had said she was only fit to live a modest life with a fish seller, while her younger sister clutched her marriage contract tightly, eager for the future. As soon as the woman arrived at the family's rural village, she saw 2 children excitedly waving from a tricycle. "Mom, we've come to pick you up." Only then did she realize that the 2 children were from the family, the boy and the girl. They explained that their father was too busy selling fish and couldn't leave work, so they had come to pick her up instead. As soon as the sun set, the boy took her luggage and carried it to the tricycle. The woman tried to stop him out of concern, but suddenly, a fish flopped up beside her and kissed her cheek. Just like that, she got on the fish tricycle and headed toward the family home. Upon entering the house, she saw that it was sparsely furnished with just a few old, rustic pieces. She couldn't help but think, the family really is poor. As she sat down on a wobbly stool, it nearly collapsed beneath her. Just then, the young man rushed in. To her surprise, her newlywed husband, whom she had never met before, was actually very handsome. He quickly stepped forward to welcome her, apologizing sincerely. He explained that he had been caught up with work and couldn't get away, so he had to send the kids to pick her up. Hearing this, the woman shyly said it was fine. Flustered, the young man was about to pour her some tea when the child reminded him to give her the prepared gift. He suddenly remembered, pulled out a package from his bag, and handed it to her. When the woman opened it, she was shocked to see that the flower they were talking about was actually made of solid gold. To confirm whether it was real, she lightly bit it with her teeth. The young man saw this and thought she didn't like the gift. At that moment, the daughter took out a wristwatch and placed it on the woman's wrist. The woman looked closely. She couldn't believe her eyes. It was an expensive diamond-studded luxury watch. She stared at them in disbelief and asked, "Are you really just fish sellers?" The 2 children just smiled without saying a word. Then, the young man took her to visit the family's aquaculture farm. Before her eyes stretched a vast sea. That's when she realized the entire area was actually their family's contracted seafood farm. The boy then told her that their family also operated a chain of luxury hotels and a tourism business. The girl added that they were also involved in overseas trade and building material sales. The woman was stunned. She stammered, asking just how much wealth they actually had. The young man thought for a moment and casually said, "Probably just a few tens of millions." The woman froze on the spot. In the 1980s, that was an unimaginably large fortune. Meanwhile, her younger sister was out shopping with the young master of the Jiang family. She found a dress that fit her perfectly and asked him to buy it for her. The young master glanced at the price tag and was shocked, but didn't show it. To save face, he made up an excuse and said, "If you wear that dress, your legs will look short, your waist thick, and your backside big. You'll look like a country bumpkin." Unaware of his true intentions, the younger sister thought he was just joking. She turned around and told the shopkeeper to wrap it up anyway. Infuriated that she dared to challenge him, the young master slapped her across the face. Shocked and hurt, the younger sister looked at him in disbelief. She never imagined he'd lay a hand on her. At that moment, the young master secretly thought to himself, "The family fortune is already gone. If I want to make a comeback, I'll have to rely on her dowry to start a business." So he quickly changed his attitude. He blamed himself for being too impulsive earlier and mentioned that Vice President would be visiting a high-end restaurant for an inspection around noon. He planned to take that opportunity to discuss a major business deal. When the younger sister heard that he had managed to connect with such a powerful and mysterious millionaire, she was instantly thrilled. The man, full of arrogance, promised her that if the deal went through, he would buy her every piece of clothing in the store. Delighted, the younger sister didn't hesitate and went straight to the fitting room to change her clothes.